Hey, welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. My name's Ethan Van Skyver and I work for DC Comics. Still, I can't help but love the Marvel comics that I grew up with, and one of my favorites is right here, the Fantastic Four. Boy, do I love the Fantastic Four. And the best character on the Fantastic Four? Not even a contest. The Thing. What a great design. Truly, he's the most fantasticest one of the Fantastic Four. I feel like drawing him. You want to join me? Then let's go. Alright, so let's begin. We're going to be using one of these lead holders here. It's a Stidler. I actually showed you where to get these in a video called Tools the Comic Pros Use. For under $100, you can go to Michael's. Okay, and you can get a lead holder. Press this little button on the back here, hold it down, and this loosens up, shoots out some lead. This is a nice Stidler lead sharpener. You do this. Let's sharpen this guy up nice and tight. Look at that. That's fantastic. Press the button down again. Let's go with the lead. Push it to be the right length. And now you've got the perfect drawing tool. Okay, so now we're drawing a classic Jack Kirby creation here. This is GRIMM, The Thing. One of his greatest designs, in my opinion. And of course, like many of his bruisers, his tough guy characters, starts out with a shape kind of like this. Okay, I mean, it's really kind of a boxy shape. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to slice that right down the middle. And then we're going to slice this right down the middle too. Now, the Thing has this wonderful brow ridge. So we're going to do this on both sides. And this actually works like eyebrows. So, you know, one side could be higher than the other if he's raising his eyebrow on one side and scowling with the other side. All right. Now, he's got kind of a little bit of a pug nose in here. And everything about him is just made up of little rock shapes. Okay, so we can, we draw kind of a pug nose that's made up of rectangles. And then right in here, he's got these kind of round eyes. Do you see how that fits in there, just right under the brow ridge? That's right, okay? So we're going to... Ooh, let's say that we made a mistake here. People always say to me, Ethan, what do you do when you make a mistake? Oh, it's quite simple. I erase it. Redraw it. We all make mistakes. And there's nothing wrong with that. All right, so let's draw the other happy little circular eye in there. And look at that. Now, just like any character, when we're drawing their head, we do want to bear in mind the skull shape that's underneath. Now, GRIMM does probably have a skull, even though his skin has become harder than bone. Underneath, he still has a skeletal structure. Between the nose and the mouth is a little bit of a distance. Okay, a little bit more than usual. It's interesting. This is actually the same kind of shape that the Hulk has about him. I mean, if you look at this right now, this could go either way. This could become the Hulk quite easily by throwing hair here, little tiny ears. I would fix the nose a little bit, but I'd keep it in the same exact spot and the same basic shape. And this is a Jack Kirby Hulk. But we are going to turn him into the Thing. Just with a few particular choices that we're going to make. Okay, so we've got a line. You notice the line is kind of, it sweeps. It's not a perfectly straight line. The human mouth, of course, is shaped a little bit like the letter M that's been stepped on. So, that's the general, here's the upper lip, here's the lower lip, that's someone's mouth that's closed. So this kind of letter M shape is the shape that you want to kind of keep in mind when drawing a mouth that belongs to anyone, including Ben Grimm. And look, there is this kind of sweeping, completely flattened letter M shape. We want to use that always. Now, structure of his head is very boxy. We're using sharp, kind of straight lines wherever we can. Refining his cheekbones. And we're going to bring this brow ridge out a little bit, like so. Okay. I love this brow ridge. If you aren't doing the brow ridge on the thing, then it's not the thing. It's one of his defining characteristics. It's why the movie version didn't quite work out for me. The thing is a cartoon character the same way Bugs Bunny is. Let's draw little pupils in there. There's a right way to draw Bugs Bunny and a wrong way. Just drawing any random rabbit and making him gray does not make him Bugs Bunny. He has cartoonish features that we have grown accustomed to and that we love, and that's what makes him Bugs Bunny. Alright, so let's go ahead and draw top of the head, and again we're using hard lines. Okay, you see that? Let's get them a little closer here. Ooh, turn the light on. Should we keep that light on? What do you think? All right. Now, I'm going to draw a little thin line here around the underside of his eye. And that is going to separate the kind of fleshy skin of his eye. Ew, do eyes have fleshy skin? What would you call it's just a disgusting subject. But this is a different obvious texture than the rock he's got underneath. So I'm just going to add this extra kind of bag underneath his eye. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start drawing shapes like this. Okay, and another one maybe right here. And then another one right here. See, we're almost drawing little octagon shapes all around. Let's get rid of these lines here. We could keep them if we wanted to be honest with you. We could turn them into rock lines, but we'll clean them up. Let's put this line back here. Okay, so look at this. See what we're doing? We're drawing kind of random geometric zigzags here and there. Okay, that's what we're doing, and we're following the shape of his head. We're going to make some of these rocks into happy little accidents that accentuate his scowl, like so. Okay. Yeah, we're just following this brow ridge. I wonder if brow ridge is a real word. Brow ridge. It sounds like something like there's something called Broward County. Don't know. Something worth thinking about. And we're keeping the lines down here. We're keeping the rock shapes that are kind of closer to his mouth, slightly bigger because they don't move as much as these do. These move a lot, so they're more broken up. They move a lot when he expresses emotions. And down here, a little bit less so. Okay. And down here, underneath his jaw, the same thing. Look at that. Let's keep these lines straight. Keep those corners sharp. All right. And there we go. Now what we're going to do, we've got the basic shape. We've got a drawing of the thing. And frankly, if you wanted to turn this in and let your inker have it, that would be just fine. This is perfectly okay. What we haven't done is we haven't added any shadows. So we're going to get underneath his brow ridge here, and we're going to blacken in some of this. Okay. Let's get in there. Let's add some shadow. Let's add some shadow right here. Right above his nose. That's wonderful. That's exactly what he needs. Just needs a little bit of shadow. Make him a little bit more 3D. So let's also put a little more shadow underneath his nose here. And what we're going to do is we're going to kind of trace the shape of his nose as though we're casting a shadow. Do you see what we've done there? And we're going to fill that in nice and dark. Okay. That's wonderful. There he is. There's our Ben Grimm. Let's add some more shadow. Let's draw some more kind of dark shapes underneath his chin. After all, these are big chunks of rock. Random shapes. You know, they're not all flat. They poke out a little bit, you know. Here and there. Let's do some more shadows. Yeah, just have fun with it. This is your drawing of Ben Grimm. This is yours. Make it your own. Okay. Yeah, that's terrific. More random shadows here. We're following the same kind of idea that the light source is up here. It's casting the nose shadow in this direction a little bit down. So we're going to follow that same light source. And most of the dark shapes, most of the black shadows that we're putting down are going to be on this side of his head. We don't want to go too far. We want to make sure he's still even though he's a grouchy character, he's still a fun character. He's still fun to look at and happy. We don't want to keep him submerged in too many film noir style shadows, just a few here and there. Also, something fun that John Byrne used to do, let's put a couple little kind of dots on him there to suggest more texture for the rocks. Just a few. We don't want to go overboard on this. We don't want to make it look like he's got freckles. We're just trying to make it look like he's got a couple kind of pock marks on the rocks of his skin. Okay. Let's get in there and let's make that mouth a little bit more definitive. And there we go. I mean, there's our Ben Grimm. Poor guy, he's always hunched over like this. You know, you would want to draw the rest of his body. His shoulders way up here. That's just how he is. His body was described as kind of like a starfish. He doesn't really have human anatomy. He's just sort of shaped vaguely humanoid. And I think that's pretty terrific. It makes him even more cartoony and fun to draw. Okay. So there we go. And let's just do one more shadow here of his head. We'll fill that in. Yeah, this is what a pencil's for. Make it do some work for you. And these lead holders are really great. I hope that you did watch that video of mine. Tools that the comic pros use for under $100. I hope you watch that video and go out and maybe make a little investment in your drawing. Get some good tools. I think it'll make your drawing easier, more rewarding. Okay, there we go. There's Ben Grimm. There's the thing. And we did it really quickly. I hope you enjoyed that. We always want to sign our work. Let's put our little signature down here. Got to be proud of what we've done. All right, this has been Comic Artist Pro Secrets. Thanks for drawing Ben Grimm from the Fantastic Four, The Thing, with me. And we'll have more art lessons up soon. Bye-bye.